This conference will now be recorded.
Today we are going to discuss about Raja Yakshma Chikitsa. This is the chapter which is referred or described by Brihatraits, and it is also called as Raja Yakshma, not only a Yakshma but a Raja Yakshma. That the disease is a royal one, like that, because it is full of all its we can say severe symptoms. Okay, the chronicity of the disease is also there, and the group of symptom is there. That's why instead of seeing a separate disease, it is a group of symptoms. So in today's language, we can call it as a syndrome. Okay, so instead of a disease, it is a syndrome. Okay, so one by one, we will discuss today its details. So first of all, that we know that this one chapter, Raja Yakshma Chikitsa, okay, that we are going to discuss. So the chapter number is a little bit missed. Now management of Raja Yakshma, that is the Raja Yakshma Chikitsa we are going to see. Before going in detail, we have to see the historical background of this disease. That this disease is identified, or we can observe if we review the Vedic literature also. So in Veda period also this disease was prevalent. Yakshma, the name Yakshma is described in Rigveda and Atharva Veda, but the detailed description is missing. It might be the main aim of Rigveda and Atharva Veda was not to describe the Ayurveda in detail, or we can say the diagnosis and the pathology was the main, not the main aim of Veda, and that's why the short description is there, not detailed description. But in Ayurvedic treatise, that is Ayurveda classics or Ayurveda Samhitas, which have history from about 1500 years before century, that the detailed description we found here about Raja Yakshma. So Charak Samhita has detailed described it, definition, etiology, pathogenesis, general features, management, and prognosis also, that is Sadhya Sadhyata. Sushruta Samhita and Ashtanga Hridaya also extensively describe about this disease and its management. And almost every treatise, that is Charak Samhita, Sushruta Samhita, and Ashtanga Hridaya Samhita, also describe the four form or etiological main positive factors such as Sahasa, Sandharana, and Kshaya. Sahas is that the overexertion. Sandharana, suppression of the natural urges. Kshaya is the depletion, and the last fourth one is Vishama Asana, that is irregular diet. We are going to see those all details in our future discussion. See, the three chapters are there in Charak Samhita, mainly Shosha Nidanam, Raja Yakshma Chikitsa, and Kshatakshina Chikitsa. Now this deals with the similar clinical presentation of the disease and the principle of management. So if you want to exactly learn about the Raja Yakshma, we have to refer from Charak Samhita all those three chapters. Mainly, the Dhatu Kshaya is common feature everywhere. So Dhatu Kshaya advancement means extreme Dhatu Kshaya leads it to or turns into Shosha, and that reaches to particular stage, that is the immunosuppression. That is, and due to that immunosuppression, the opportunity infections occurs, which today we call is tuberculosis. You see here in this slide, together references are given specially from all Brihatraits, that is Charak Samhita Sutrasthan 17th chapter, Nidan Sthan 6, and Chikitsa Sthan 8. Again from Sushruta Samhita, Uttar Tantra 41, it is described. Ashtanga Sangraha and Ashtanga Hridaya. In Nidana Sthana, they have described in the chapter number 5. Now, Sushrutacharya has used the word Shosha, and Vagbhatacharya has used the nomenclature Rajayakshma. Okay, and Charak has used the 3 different names according to the stages. In Nidana Sthana 6th chapter, Charakacharya has used the term Shosha. In the 8th chapter of Chikitsa Sthana, he has described it as Rajayakshma. And 11th number, that is, we can say the extreme stage or the chronic stage, that is the Kshatakshina Chikitsa, in which especially hemothorax or hemoptysis, the symptom is mainly described. That is in the 11th chapter. So these are, we can say, stages, different stages also. Now see why the Raja Yakshma name is Yakshmana Rogana Raja, Roganam Raja, Raja Yakshma. So this epistemology is described here. What it is, Yakshma is the name of Roga, but here one adjective Visheshana is given, that is Raja Yakshma. Now why Raja Yakshma? There are 2 meanings that we have already in the introduction seen, that it is a group of symptoms, and that's why we are going to see in future that there is Shadrupa Raja Yakshma, Ekadasha Rupa Raja Yakshma. Okay, such like description is there. That means it is the group of symptoms. Like for a king, whenever the king goes in a procession for a war, no, directly there is not in front the king is there. Okay, so the first his paramilitary forces are there. Then the military forces. In the military forces also, there are with only barefoot. There is then a particular major army like horses and elephants, and then on the back and surrounded by all his, we can say, guards, the king is there. So it is like group. Okay, and that's why that this is his name as Raja Yakshma. So it's not a alone disease, but it is the many diseases are there. Like that also we can interpret. Then one nirukti is also there, that is Ragyo Yakshma, Raja Yakshma. At first, all this disease was happened to the king of Nakshatra, that is the Chandrama. Okay, so we are going to see one sweet story about this Raja Yakshma also. So that's why also Rajanam Yakshmaha Raja Yakshma. Okay, Roganam Raja Raja Yakshma. It is like that. So it was the king of Nakshatra. That's why the name is also there, Raja Yakshma. Then Shoshaha Samshodhana Rasadina Shosha iti abhidhiyate. So it is from Sushrut Uttar Tantra 41 chapter. So Rasaraktadi dhatus are we can say diminished or decreased, or nutrition is not proper, and that's why it is called Shosha. Then Ashtanga Hridaya Nidan also described, and in Chikitsa Sthana also and Nidana Sthana also, that Kshaya Kriya Kshaya Karatvacha Kshayaha iti Uchyate Punaha, that decreases the activities of body externally always, also as well internally. So it is called as a Kshaya. At the Kriya Kshaya Karatva. So we have got it, Roganam Raja, Ragyo Yakshmaha, Shoshaha Samshodhana, and Kriya Kshaya Karatva. These all things we have to consider as a Raja Yakshma. That will be the picture of Raja Yakshma. Now, as I told you, there is a history. Okay, the first appearance of the disease is described in second year. Also we have discussed about the Jwara, that how the diseases form from first to second, second to third, like that. Nidanarthaka Roga I am not talking about. I am talking about the first appearance of the disease, every disease, whether it is Jwara, Gulma, Raktapitta, rather than Kushtha or Raja Yakshma. So it is about that the first appearance of the disease, or we can say historical record, we have to discuss here. So the one story is behind that. And also Hudkarkar Shastri in Roga Nidan Panchak, he has described that That's Sannikrishta Hetu and Viprakrishta Hetu. That the close positive factors and the causative factors which are not close. Okay, that all. So we can say that this is the Viprakrishta Hetu, or the first evolving this disease incidence. So Chandrama, the king of Nakshatra, have excessive sexual indulgence with one of his particular wife, that is Rohini. Okay, actually he was having 28 total wives, and the 27, as he was interested in only one, the 27 were neglected. Okay, and that's why only indulgence in one only wife, he has more much, we can say, bodily loss, emaciation, depletion of bodily essence, and that 27 of that other wives, his partners, were not treated properly. Then all 28 were the daughters of Daksha. Now, Daksha Prajapati is a god of progeny. So Daksha was very unhappy by poor treatment by uh, Chandrama, or the king of Nakshatra, with his other daughters. And that's why he became angry. And that anger came out of his mouth in the form of breath, took a physical form in the form of Yakshma. And that Yakshma is happened to Chandrama. Now, Chandrama was not aware with these things. With his pure state of mind, he remembered, or he admitted his mistake. So, admitted his folly, the Prajapati then referred him or advised him to be treated by, we can say, Rajavaidya, or not Rajavaidya, I would say the Vaidya of God, that is Ashwini Kumar. So, Ashwins have enhanced the oja, that is the vital essence of Chandrama, and that's why Chandrama got his again the normal health state. So this was the story behind it. By this story, we can say that the indulgence in sexual activities, okay, disrespecting to other relations, also are the causative factors, okay, or the curse of Prajapati, curse of his other wives. These are the responsible factors. Okay, so we'll go for the synonyms of the disease and history now. We have already discussed that the Shosha, Yakshma, Raja Yakshma, okay, Kshatakshina, these are also the things. But here now in Charak Samhita, in verse, these synonyms are given. First is the Krodha, that is rage. Yakshma, that is sickness. Shivara is fever. And Roga, that is the disease suffering. So this disease is so severe that as a synonym for disease also this Yakshma word is used. Okay, so these all synonyms mainly indicate the misery, that is the patient or the person who will suffer from this problem will have a very miserous situation. Okay, so that is the thing. Now Chandrama, we have already seen king of stars or god of nakshatra. King of nakshatra is having a Raja Yakshma. That is also one meaning. Treated by the Ashwin in a celestial world, that is the in heaven. Then come down to the world of mortals, that is human beings. So first it was happened to Chandrama or the moon, and then it came on earth. Then it afflicts human being after being triggered by one of the causative factors. Okay, which are those causative factors out of these four, which we are going to see. Now this is the, again, Sushruta has described Aneka Roga Anugato Bahu Roga Purogamaha Durvigniyo Nirvara Nirvaha, sorry, Duhu Nirvara Nivaraha Shosho Mahabal. Okay, so a little bit. We have Aneka Roga Anugato, that is, it is not Bahu Roga Purogamaha. Means it is not a single or two or three symptoms, but this Trirupa, Shadrupa, and Ekadasharupa Raja Yakshma is described, and every that symptom is also a separate disease. So it is a disease which is having a group of disease, not only group of symptoms. Because Charakacharya has described about every symptom, the causative factors, its pathogenesis, that is the samprapti, and the treatment likewise. So the causative, it is not only the symptom, but it is the group of disease. So it is different than the syndrome. Okay, actually. Now in Charak Sutra Sthana 17th chapter, there are common or the general positive factors are described for dhatu kshaya, that is the depletion of arsadi dhatu. So atyadhika vyayam, ati chinta, alpahara, that is the excessive exercise, too much worrying, not taking diet properly or less diet, like dieting or zero figure dream. Ekarasa abhyasa, that is not having nityam sarvarasa abhyasa, but only suppose like salty taste, the salt is consuming too much like that. Okay, or sweet is consuming too much, so it will not nourish the other dhatus. Then bhaya and shoka is the worry as well as the misery. Jagaran, we know that the rukshata will increase, that is the waking awake at night. Okay, keeping awake, sorry. Kala vruddhavastha, especially the old age. Also, anashan, not eating at all. Ruksha ahara, that is dry, diet. Vayu tapa, more consumption, that is the, we can say, the professions which are having directly contact with the air or directly contact with the heat, like working in the furnaces, working as a chef, working in the kitchens. Okay, ruksha madhya prayoga, that is the dry kind of wines. Okay, kapha rakta shukramala, will be more indulgence in that, or loss of kapha, loss of rakta, loss of shukra, as well as loss of mala. Then bhutopaghat. Now this bhutopaghat, we have to take it in other way. That is the infection. What we see the tuberculosis picture, whether it is a pulmonary tuberculosis or intestinal tuberculosis, these are all symptoms which we can interpret one form of Rajayakshma. Okay, so there is the infection or organism is the cause there. Okay, it doesn't mean that Ayurveda has not described the infectious cause at all. You know that all the infectious diseases, upasargika rogasya sankramanti naram naram, that the reference, gatra samsparsha prasangati ityadi. Now these are the four important positive factors, and accordingly the pathogenesis is described. Overexertion beyond one's capacity, that is the sahasa, is the main hit. Okay, that is Sahasaja Rajayakshma, it is called as. That means what is the strength of that person? Even though for daily regime or dinacharya, we have seen that the person is supposed to be have exercise Ardha Shaktya. And what is Ardha Shakti? That is also described in terms. But here we are trying to make the records, not in the gym only, but for, like too much exercise. Okay, too much working hard due to poor condition or poor economical condition, etc. So beyond your capacity, your strength, you are doing some work, that is the overexertion or sahas. Okay, so suppression. Next is suppression of natural urges. We know that Vegodhiran and Vegadharan, both conditions are not a natural thing. So Vegavarut, this is the second causative factor. So I will not go in detail. You are scholars of Ayurveda, so you know the natural urges. Depletion of tissue elements, that is the dhatu kshaya. We know rasadi sapta dhatu. And if that due to anuloma or pratiloma rajayakshma, that the rasa nutrition is not proper, so rakta will not proper, then mamsa will not be nourished properly, and likewise there will be kshaya. Or it may be pratiloma rajayakshma, too much kshaya of shukra will lead to malnourishment of other tissues, so that is called pratiloma rajayakshma. And the fourth one is Vishamashanaj, that is irregular dietary habits. Now see here a man pushing a wall. That picture is given at the right lower corner. That is the example, or just to visualize the Sahasaja Rajayakshma. Now that is the Samprapti or the pathogenesis is described here. When beyond one's capacity, a person indulges in excess battle. The examples are given here. Reading, weightlifting, walking, jumping, swimming, or falls down. That all gets injured or exerts himself in any action that is beyond tolerance or beyond his or her strength. This thing definitely will be have impact on pranavaha srotas. Okay, and if you remember or you memorize the dushti hetu, okay, of pranavaha srotas and dushti lakshana of pranavaha srotas, you can understand. Leads to chest injury, especially, okay, and it vitiates vata dosha. Now this vata dosha, once vitiated, it will definitely affect the others. It will vitiate pitta and kapha. So Raja Yakshma is also Tridoshaja Vikar. First of all, you have to understand. Only we have to know that which dosha is mainly predominant in that samprapti. And accordingly, you have to treat or you have to give dietary and behavior advice. These vitiated doshas, along with Vayu, are spread in all directions. Pradhavati. So the classics has used word Pradhavati. Now, this Tridosha Dushti is there, mainly in Sahasrajarajakma, Vata dosha is vitiated. So when these vitiated doshas, all three doshas now are vitiated, it will spread over all body. And wherever there is Kavaigunya, it will, we can say, accumulate there, and the disease of particular thing, whether it may be Pratishaya. If it goes to Shira, then it will be no Shirogata Vyadhi. It will go in, if suppose into the colons, or it will go in the form of Atisara. Okay, if it will go to the Kantha, there will be Swarabheda. So, like the causes 11 symptoms. Each symptom is directly corresponding to a particular part of the body. So, if deranged, that means the abnormal dosha enters in head, it will produce headache. If in the throat, it will produce the symptoms of throat like irritation, cough, hoarseness of voice, anorexia. If it goes to chest, then there will be no parshva shula pain in the sides of the chest. If it will go to the anus or the colon area, it will produce diarrhea. If it is in the joints, then it will suffer fever, yawning, and pain in the chest also. Okay, because in the chest also we have ribs like bones. Now, injury to the chest and coughing cause the patient to spit out phlegm. That is we can know that vitiated cough. That sputum along with blood. In this case, the patient suffers from unbearable pain in the chest due to pulmonic damage. So these 11 symptoms are manifested in the patient suffering from yakshma, which is originated by the causative factor over exertion, that is the Sahasaja Rajayakshma. Okay, so that's why here the summary is there, that the girl is lifting too much weight beyond its capacity. Again, one picture is given to understand in this slide. So the strong person is doing sahas or according to his body capacity, then it is not going to produce. Or one day sahas is not going to produce sahasaja rajayakshma. So if the person is weak, having less capacity, and he is doing sahas, then there too will be the causative factor, and repeatedly that person, he or she is doing it. That will be the hetu seva. That will create the urakshata and mainly vata vitiation. This vitiated vata will make abnormal pitta and kapha, and then it will go to pradhavati, that is the urdhva, adho, or tiryakati, any kind of way that will spread in the body. So wherever it will go, it will create the abnormality. It will create srotorod, dhatu hani. Okay, and this leads to Dhatukshay, and it is labeled as now Shosha or Rajayakshma. So what is the remedy for this Sahasaja Rajayakshma? So one sutra we have to refer from Nidanasthana 6th chapter. That Sahasam Varjayet Karma Raksha Jivita Atmanaha. Jivan hi Purushaha tu Ishtam Karmanaha Phalam Ashrute. That's why if somebody wants to protect the Jivita or want to self protection, he or she should not go for sahasa. And now what we are doing? Adventurous sports, adventure games, okay, rafting, etc., etc. So one day is not going to make, but if already the pathology is there and you do some instinct things like you went for some picnic and there you go no rafting or like that, that will be sahas, and that may lead to a severe vata prakopa. Okay, so we have seen the pathology, and at the same time the sutra from the text to avoid the sahas we have also seen. Okay, second main causative factor is Vega Sandharanaja Rajayakshma. Sometimes see निदान पंचक वर्णन करून राजयक्ष्मा व्याधीची चिकित्सा चरकोक्त राजयक्ष्मा व्याधीची चिकित्सा वर्णन करा. If the question is like that, then you have to go for the description or the flow or the terminology which is used by Charakacharya. And that time you have to keep in your memory that there are the pathogenesis described by Charakacharya according to the four main causative factors. Okay, and which is the main vitiated dosha first, that we have to keep in mind. So here now the second causative factor, that is Vega Sandhara, and we will discuss about it now. So bashfulness or disgust or fear, one suppresses the impelling urge to pass fetus, urine or feces or vayu. You know the other urges also, even though hunger, thirst, that are also Vegas. So urja sandharana is that not fulfilling. If you have an urge of to natural urge or vega, then you have to satisfy it or you have to attain it, you have to respect it. But if you are not doing, definitely vata prakopa will be there. So due to obstruction of such urges, it definitely will propel kapha and pitta main and will lead to upward movement as well as obliquely as well as downward. That means tiria again. Okay, so those three again here the word is same. That is not it is moving only kapha pitta upwards, but it is oblique and downwards also. That is pradhava again. So any direction it may go. It will cause the symptoms of tridosha, that is the coryza, cough, hoarseness. Coryza word translation here is mainly for penis. What is penis? Penis we can say dushta pratishaya. Cough, hoarseness of voice, anorexia, pain in the flanks, headache, fever, pain in the shoulders, body ache, frequent vomiting, and diarrhea. Now here again a flow chart is given for Mala Mutra Apana Adi Vegavarod. Then that holding these natural urges will lead to again Vata Prakopa, and that Vata, see here that almost the pathogenesis is similar, that the Vata is the vitiated first and then he will make Kapha and Pitta abnormal. Okay, and then he pulls Kapha and Pitta from their normal or the healthy, we can say, locations, and it will be spread it in Urdhva Adhotirya, that is everywhere in the body, in enemy, and it will create the Srota Savarod. This is more important. And due to that Srotorod, the nourishment of the next tissue will be not proper. So if Rasa is not supplied to Rakta or Rakta Poshak Amsha, then Rakta will not form properly, and so on to the Meda, Majja, and Shukra. So Uttara Dhatu Kshaya will be there, and this situation is nothing but Vega Sandharanaja Rajakshma. So in this situation, again, Nidansthana 6th chapter has guided us. What we have to Sarvam anyat parityajya shariram anupale tad bhave bhavanam sarva bhavaha sharirinam means the human has to care for his body first. And that means even though he's busy with the work, especially due to shyness, the girls or the women are used to not feel going, for toilets or for bathroom for hours together. And that may lead to apana dushti, and that lady has to suffer more from the lower abdomen problems or the problems related with vata. So sarvamanyam parityajya shariram anupale. This is the guidance or the guideline given by Charakacharya. One has to avoid Vega Sandharana. Then the third causative factor is Kshayaja Rajayakshma. That is the depletion of tissues. So here the Kshaya is definitely, this is Dhatu Kshaya. So how it will happen? Excessive envy, eagerness, fever, terror, anger, grief, excessive indulgence in sexual intercourse and fasting. This will definitely lead to depletion of Shukra mainly, and so on Oja. So due to loss of this Snigdhata, that is anxiousness, that is the Snigdhata is reduced, then Vata will be increased, especially with the Ruksha Guna. Okay, and then it will aggravate the other two doshas, that is the Pitta and Kapha. So, and the 11 symptoms again, that the same are repeated here, will be produced. And this group of 11 symptoms is nothing but the Kshayaja Rajayakshma. So see, Bhaya, Chinta, Krodha, etc. will lead to Dhatu Kshaya. It will reduce the Shukra and Oja. That is the main anxious qualities of the body, that is the Shukra and Dhatu. Shukra is the Paramasnigdha Padartha. Okay, that's why due to less fatty substance in the body, the dryness will be more. That means the Vata dosha will be increased. And increased Vata dosha will make abnormal Pitta Kapha. And again, Ekadasha Lakshana Yukta Rajayakshma. That is the Rajayakshma having 11 symptoms will be now to that particular person. Now, what is the remedy for it? Again, in Nidansthana 6th chapter, Aharasya param dhamam shukram tad rakshat atmanaha kshayo hi asya bahun rogan maranam va niyachati. What it means? Means bahu roga marana. Okay, so this is the thing due to loss of excess shukra. Okay, due to loss of shukra. That's why we have to protect Shukra. And Yoga Shastra also, Maranam Bindu Patena, Jivanam Bindu Dharana. That's why in Brahmacharya Ashram also and in Grihastha Ashram also, according to your Prakriti, the body capacity, one has to go for sexual activities. The fourth one is Vishamashanaja. Now this is with the Ahara Vidhi or Ahara Dravya. Okay, so Vishama, you know, Ashana is nothing but eating. So this is about the food intake and dietary articles related with. So irregular intake of dietary articles or irregular dietary habits leads to vitiation of dosha. We have seen in the Vimanasthana Ashtavahara Vidhi Visheshayatana. Okay, Snigdham Asniyat, Ushnam Asniyat, as well as we have to consider Ashtavahara Vidhi Visheshayatana also. Though not considering these things and always against that Ayurveda advice or prescription, ideal regime, if we will not go, then definitely it may lead to Vishamashanaj Rajakshma. So it will cause, now here the Samprapti is a little bit different than Amavisha. that it is Vishavat, that's why it is called Amavisha. Then these vitiated doshas obstruct the channel. So here the Avarodha Janya Samprapti is here. And then the next dhatu will not produce, that is Rasa, Rakta Mausamedasti Mancha Shubha. So Rasa is also abnormal. And then it will produce the 11 symptoms, that is Ekadasha Rupa Rajakshma. But here, about description of this Vishamasana Rajakshma Samprapti, Charakacharya has given according to dosha the symptom. If the kapha is vitiated, it will produce penis, excessive salivation, cough, vomiting, anorexia. Okay, so that we have to do. Then next about it, we will go to pitta, fever, distress in the shoulders, hemolysis. If the vata is vitiated more, it will create the pain in the flanks, that is parshvashula, headache, and hoarseness of voice. Okay, and we'll go for the next one. So this is again a flow chart is given for Vishamasanaja Rajakshma, that is repeatedly the person is indulged into Vishamasana many days, many times. So it will lead to Vata dosha prakop, that is then Dhatu doshti due to Srotorod, and then the Rasa Dhatu is not nourished proper, so Rakta is not nourished proper. Rakta is not nourished proper, so the Mamsa is not nourished proper. Like that, Anuloma Rajakshma will be there. So Anuloma Pratiloma word is not used by Charakacharya, but in other way he has described it. And those words are used by Vakhanacharya. Okay. So in picture also you can see the person is drinking some abnormal thing, watching the movie or TV, and he is eating the junk food. Okay. So it's just a pictorial presentation of taking. So for it, Charakacharya has advised us हिताशी स्यात् मिताशी स्यात् कालभोजी जितेन्द्रियाः पश्यन् रोगान् बहुन् कष्टान् बुद्धिमान विषमासनात्. So that is very difficult situation will be produced if we will not avoid vishamasana. So the two-way advice is given. Hitashi syat means whatever good for that person, a particular according to Agni wise, according to Prakriti wise, according to the season wise. Okay, that is the Hitashi Syat. And the Mitashi Syat is describing about the quantity of the food. Okay, so Mitashi means whatever you have. We have seen in the Trivida Kukshiya Viman. So that much. That means you have to not eat excess quantity of the food, even though you like it. Kala bhoji means you are hungry, you are thirsty, and then you are taking the food. That is the kala bhoji. If you are not hungry, don't eat. If you are not thirsty, don't drink. And the most thing is jitendriya. So the four things are described here. Means jitendriya means it is not good for me. If I am having kapha prakriti, I am supposed to avoid the sweet things. I have to avoid it. That is having the control over the indriyas. These indriyas are the sensory organs as well as the motor organs. Now see in this slide, we have given here the comparative chart of the 11 symptoms which are described in Charak Samhita mainly. So you can see that Shirashula is in all the four types. Parshvashula is also there, Jvara is there, Kasa is there, Swarabheda, Aruchi, Atisara, Urashul is there. Now here is little bit difference. In Sahas, Urashul is there, but in other three, the Pratishaya, that is the rhinitis symptom is there. Okay. In next to that, 9th symptom, Kanthodvamsa is there in the Rajakshma, but in Sandharanaja, Amsamarda is there, and Kshayaja Vishamaja, Amsa Tapa is there, Santapa is there. In simple, we can understand that in Kshayaja and Vishamaja, Tapa Lakshan is there, that means the Pitta Visheshan is more. Okay, and in Kanthodvamsa and Amsamarda, here the Kapha Vataja Samprapti is there. Next to that, in Sahasaja, the Jrumbha is there, that is the yoni. And in Sandharanaja, Chayaja, Angamarta, that is the, we can say, a little bit pain, a dull pain in the body is there. And in Vishamasana, Prastheka is there, that is the abnormal kapha will be more. So, and the 11th one is the Saraktanishthivana is in Sahasaja, and in the next Chardi is there in Sandharanaja. Chayaja Shwasa is there, and the last one again the Chardi is there. So Sandharanaja and Vishamasanaja is having Chardi. Okay, so mainly Avarodha Janya Samprapti is there. So the doshas are moving outside the body in the form of vomiting. So this chart is very important comparative table. It will describe us more. The symptoms are Ekadasha Rupa, but they are little bit having variation. Okay. So see, summarizing here the pathogenesis, mainly the three doshas are vitiated. No doubt this is the Tridoshaja Vyadhi or the disease that all three doshas are involved in the pathology. But mainly Vata and Kapha vitiation is more. Okay. So next the dosha or the abnormal tissues are or the factors are dhatu, that are the sapta dhatu, and mainly pradhanatah rasa dhatu. It's mainly describing about that the nourishment of the next tissue is not proper because rasa dhatu is not formed properly. That's why. So this is in the Charaka Vij. Next, the srotas are some printing mistakes are there. Please ignore it. Srotas vitiated is mainly all srotasas, and among that all srotasas, the rasavaha is mostly affected. In Sahasaja, we know that the pranavaha srotas is again involved. Okay, we know that in Vishamashanaja that annavaha srotas is involved. Okay, likely we have to take meaning. Adhisthana, especially the location or the organs which are more affected are the lungs, okay, or the chest area, and in chronic stage it will be go to whole body due to malnourishment of the tissues. Okay, now see a little bit just at a glance what the other text says. So Madhav Nidan has described the Viprakrishta Hetu, again the printing mistake is there, and Sannikrishta Hetu. So Viprakrishta Hetu are described Vegavrod, Kshaya, Sahas, and Vishamasana. And Sannikrishta Hetu is described as Upasarga, that is the Sankraman, means infection. So we cannot say that the Sankraman or the tuberculosis, which is called TB in today's language, is not having at all any sense or description or guidelines in I. So Madhav Nidana has quoted it. Okay, that is the Sankraman or the infection. So see, as we have seen that the normal pathology is described, but Rajayakshma can be a Upadrava also. That's why in Nidansthana 8 chapter, this reference we have to take that from other disease, this disease is produced or generated, or genesis of this disease is there. So Rakta Pitta Jvarastabhyam Shoshascha Upajayate Pratishayat Bhavet Kasaha Kasat Sanjayate Kshayaha Kshayo Rogasya Hetutve Shosasya Upalabhyate. So this is the Nidanarthaka role. That from Rakta Pitta we will produce Jvara. Jvara, Rakta Pitta and Jvara will lead to Shosha. Okay, like that. Also, Pratishaya will lead to Kasa, and Kasa will lead to again Kshaya. So this Rakta Pitta, Jvara, Pratikshaya, Kasa, okay, these we have to take care that if we will not treat it properly or somebody will not treat properly, that definitely will lead to Rajayakshma. Also, we have to consider this Nidanarthaka Yoga term also in reference with this Rajayakshma especially. Okay, so Khas, even though Khas it looks like very simple disease, okay, coughing, but it may lead to Rajayakshma. Okay, so this is in general we have already discussed. Now in premonitory science we will enter, that is the Purva Rupa. Now Purva Rupa are heenas, that is Puraiza, debility, that is the Daurbalya. Next to that, nitpicking, that is inclination to fall faults where there is no reason. So that is a premonitory sign that there is no problem in the thing, but the person is looking the problem in the thing, that is nitpicking. Okay, so Shreya, okay, you have not done this properly, like that attitude. Morbid appearance on the body, feeling of disgust. Okay, so these are some emotional or we can say psychological signs and symptoms. Loss of strength, loss of flesh, that means the person will lose his masculineness. Craving for woman, wine and meat. So the body is not having capacity or not fulfilling, able to fulfill, even though then he will desire for the sexual activities, for the wine, or that means alcohol also, and the meat eating. So desire to be always covered by something, that is the Vata Prakopa Lakshan. Okay. So to protect heat inside the body, because Vata is too much increased, so person will like to cover with blanket, with jacket, like that. So this is a Purva Rupa. Imagine feeling of one's food being infested with insects, flies and hair. So this is not directly with these things, but it is there. Rapid growth of hairs and fingernails. Imagine feeling of being attacked by birds, wasps, and animals. Seeing dreams of climbing heaps of hair, bones, and ashes, and dreaming of dried or withered ponds, mountains, and forests. So pathogenesis and clinical features. Now this pathogenesis in general, we have to see here some prapti and the lakshan. So normally the dhatus metabolized by their own ushma, that is the dhatuvagnis. From dhatus, next dhatu to it, that which receive nourishment gets nourished through their respective srotas or the channels of circulation, and any obstruction to the srotas, or if there is a diminution of stable tissues, elements like rakta, or if there is a diminution of dhatu, that is the dhatuvagnis, then the Rajayakshma will be manifested. So in short, we can say there is a obstruction in the channels also, as well as in the obstruction of channels will lead to Jatharagni Vikruti also, Dhattvagni Vikruti also. So in such a case, whatever food is digested, that the gastrointestinal tract by Jatharagni, it will be not properly formed. The waste products and very little it will contribute to the ojas or good part or the nourishment. So the patient is depleted of all tissue elements and strength. So the patient's stool should be preserved, and it is very, very, we can say, only source of strength left to that person. So that the vidbalam, purusham hitasya vidbalam, balam hitasya vidbalam. So tasmat purisham saurakshat visheshad rajayakshina sarvadhatu kshayatasya balam hitasya balam tasya hi vidbalam. So that's why the classical variation is not at all advised for this person. Okay, so very less strength is there, and that strength is a little bit supported by the Purisha Bala. We know that the Purisha Bala function is in Ashtanga Hridaya it is described Avashthambaha Purishasya, that is that Avashtamba means strength. Support is a function of Purisha. That's why too much loss of Purisha is not good. Because of this obstruction of the srotas, Rasadhatu becomes Vidagdha, and then in its location, that is the heart, because through heart it is pumped to overall body, and this vitiated rasa comes out through the upper passage in different palms of the way of coughing, and subsequently it will produce Shadrupa or Ekadasha Rupa, that is The 6 symptoms or the 11 symptoms forms of the disease and are manifested, their aggravation, and that syndrome is called Rajayakshma. Jayante Vyadhayashchataha षट् एकादश वा पुनः एषां संघातयोगेन राजयक्ष्मा इति कथ्यते. So according to the positive factor, the pathogenesis is given separately, and this which we just have described is the samanya samprapti or the general pathogenesis. That the positive factors are there which makes abnormal agni, that is the digestive power, and due to abnormal digestive power, the dhatu will not produce properly, ahara will not produce or digested properly, and that's why it will produce abnormal kapha, and it will create srotorod. It will lead to dhatu kshay, that nourishment of the next dhatus will be not properly. Now here what we have described, that anuloma kshaya and pratiloma kshaya is summarized here, and that word is used by Sushrutacharya mainly. First, when kapha increases, it blocks all the rasadi srotas and it causes the malnourishment of the rasadi saptadhatu. It causes the emaciation of all the dhatus. Next to that, the pratiloma kshaya is another way, that is due to the factor which causes the depletion of shukra may lead to vitiation of vata. This vitiated vata will make abnormal or malnourished the other dhatus, and this condition is specially called as a shosha. So scientifically, it is not just the synonym, but the shosha word is describing the way of formation of disease or a particular different pathogenesis. So these 11 symptoms we will see today, and we will stop for today's session. That is cough, that is coryza also, that is penis, then distress in the shoulder, change in voice, fever, pain in the flanks, parshvashula, headache, vomiting of rakta mainly, and then kapha mixed with rakta actually. Sometimes if it is severe disease, it will only rakta vomiting, that is the blood stain through vomiting. Not only that, the blood vomit is there. Dyspnea, diarrhea, and the anorexia. If you have questions, we have here 6 Shadrup Rajayakshma also come: fever, pain in flanks, hoarseness of voice, diarrhea and anorexia, and Trirupa Rajayakshma also. Okay, so we will compare this tomorrow as a revision, and then we'll start tomorrow's session. Okay, if you have questions,